We're making beer, and it's bottling day. This is, day 2 of 3. This is bottle day. The first day was brew day. If you haven't seen that one, make sure to click in the description below. And the third day is gonna be drinking day. That's the day I'm looking forward to the most. This is PBW 5-star. It's the same stuff we used last time to sanitize. I'm gonna be making 5 gallons of it this time. Was that 5? We'll be using this for realistically an hour or 2, and we want it to stay as warm as we can make it stay for as long as we can. I'm doing the bottles first because these are gonna take the longest, mainly just because there's a ton of them. Just wanna make sure that they're submerged, make sure the sanitizer gets all over everything. When you're emptying them out, if you give the bottle a little bit of a swirl, it'll empty out faster and it'll sort of take all the suds out with it. Other than that, there's no real trick to this. It's just time consuming and repetitive. PBW instructs you to rinse with potable water. I don't have any potable water, so I'm just gonna use this stuff that comes out of the tap in California. Don't touch the rim. You're gonna want to avoid touching the rim, touching the inside of the bottle from this point forward. After these bottles are sanitized, I'm just putting them over here on a clean towel. They're just gonna air dry until I'm ready to put some beer into them. And now, we're gonna do that some more times. These Grolsch bottles, they're not the only bottles that you can get that have these flip tops. I think bale top is the proper name for it, but they are the cheapest way to get these bottles because that way you get to drink the beer that's inside of them and you get a free reusable bottle afterward. That's also why I'm drinking this particular Grolsch, because I think I don't have enough bottles.
You're gonna be down a whole 6-pack in like 2 hours.
Well, it's a 4-pack, but they're half liters.
Yeah.
2 liters of beer. What time did we start?
I feel like we started, it's probably 12 o'clock.
So that's 3 hours. I'm like less than 3 beers in 3 hours. Oh, I did drink a couple of eggnogs as well. It's Saturday, who gives a shit? Now we need to sanitize everything else. That includes our bottling wand, our auto siphon. We're gonna use this for transferring the beer into the bucket and for bottling it later. Work sanitizing fluid all the way through it. I've got 24, 22 ounce bottles, so I'm gonna need no more than 24 bottle caps, but I'm actually gonna put a few extra in because I always fuck a few up. I'll do 30 bottle caps. This is all the bottle caps. Drain them of any liquid. Keep these guys underwater until we're ready to cap with them. So I'm just opening the tap to let this drain. In addition to being less of a mess than like trying to upend it and dump it out, also this way we make sure that the tap itself gets sanitized because the beer will definitely be flowing through that tap. This is just plain water now. We need to let some of the water run through the tap to make sure that we've got all the sanitizing solution out of the tap. That should be about enough. And then we just need to dump the rest of this out. This is stretch tight, it's the only plastic wrap that exists. We just want to sort of wrap this guy up like this so we don't get it all grody while we're doing the next bit of the thing. All right, things are getting serious now. Take our priming sugar, which in this case is 1/2 pound of corn sugar, and we need to put that into our bottling bucket. All right. We need to remove the airlock and the bung. It smells like beer. That's a good thing. It doesn't smell like a fart or like a foot or anything else gross. If it does, we're throwing it away. So we just take our auto siphon, put the end of it into the bottling bucket. This is why auto siphons are awesome. Our siphon is going. We made it to the part where we get to put stuff into bottles. And we're gonna start by hooking this line up to my bottling bucket, which we've kept sanitary with our handy plastic wrap. So jam this guy on there. We just need to open this guy up. Whoop, there we go. I'm gonna discard the first little bit of beer that came out of this line, just in case there's any, lingering sanitizer, water, whatever. We got our bottling wand hooked up and we've got our clean bottles. All we need to do is fill them up. The bottling wand makes this pretty darn easy. This is another one of those tools where you kind of sort of can't really get by without it, so you might as well just pick one up when you start brewing. You just basically need to fill it all the way up. Once you remove the wand, there's exactly the right amount of headspace. Try not to touch the seal or the rim of the bottle when you get that on there. And there we go. That looks like a successfully capped beer to me. Well, that was a lot of work, but I think we got a fairly decent return for it. We got a couple cases of 22-ounce bottles and 4 half liters. This has got to go right back where it was fermenting for another 2 weeks to bottle condition and get all fizzy. And as long as I didn't screw anything up, we will be back here for part 3 of making beer, which is drinking day, my favorite day.